When most people come to see me, their number one complaint about their golf game is generally their driving. They're not hitting it far enough, or they just don't have enough ball control. So I thought it would be good to talk about driving in general, and really in respect to 3 different types of shots I think you need to have in your bag. So we're going to start by talking about a stock shot. So what is a stock shot? A stock shot is your go-to shot that you're going to hit a majority of the time while you're playing. For most people, this is going to be very ordinary, a little bit of a draw or a fade, and that's the shot that they're going to hope that they hit most of the day. So I'm going to walk you through my stock shot, and my stock shot at the moment is kind of a draw to straight shot. So the first thing that you have to do when it comes to your stock shot is identify how high do you want to tee up the ball. And I can promise you, tee height has a lot to do with what the ball flight's going to do. So for example, for me, I'm trying to tee this up fairly high because I'm trying to hit a high draw. If I were to tee this ball low, there would be very little chance of me being able to hit a high draw. So how high is that? Well, for my reference, that is about half of the ball above the crown of the face. And for me, I don't really go any higher than that unless I absolutely had to hit one really, really high, maybe downwind on a par 5 that I wanted to reach and carry it a little bit further. So that's number one. Number 2 is ball position. I think when most people are having errors with their driver, a lot of it is based on their ball position being too far forward or too far back. For me, I'm trying to hit a draw. So in general, I want my ball to be a little bit more back than forward. So I've got this stick on the ground, which will help us identify kind of where that is. And for me, that is about 1 club head inside of my lead foot. And then here's the really important piece of this, and this is probably the area I see most people make a mistake, is they don't get enough right side bend at address. So as I'm setting up, I need to be able to be in this position and lean right to the point that I can touch my knee. If I can touch my knee, now I'm set up to swing up and right to be able to hit the draw. So those are really my keys to hitting my stock shot. I'm gonna go ahead and hit a couple. So I'm leaning right, and I'm really focused on staying leaning right through the strike. Yeah, that was pretty blueprinty. We do have the wind off the left right now, so the ball is kind of curving a little bit right, but that ball was pretty darn straight for my stock shot. So let's do that again. I'm just gonna go over those pieces one more time. So number 1 would be tee height. I can kind of feel where that is. You can even see me putting my finger down. I kind of know where that point is for me. Then number 2 would be ball position. So I have that ball 1 club head inside my lead foot. And then number 3, I'm really just trying to feel like my rib cage is turned to the right and I'm leaning to the right. This may be exaggerated, but this is really what I'm feeling at address when I'm trying to hit this high draw shot. Ball back, shoulders closed, leaning right, feeling to the right. That one actually stayed a little bit straighter. I think I drew that one a little bit more. Okay, so let's move on to your secondary shot. Your secondary shot needs to be a shot that produces more control for you. One that even if you're not driving it well, you still have a lot of confidence that you can get this ball in the fairway. This also might be useful for a shot where you feel like you don't have a lot of room to hit it. Maybe on a tight par 4 or a par 5 that's short and kind of tight. So what that's going to look like for me is going to be first my tee height. So if this is my normal tee height, right there, that's about half of the ball above the top. I'm going to move that down almost a full ball to the point where the ball is not going to be above the club head at all. So right there, I can like from that perspective, I'm imagining you can't really see much of the golf ball. So that's number 1. And again, if I'm trying to hit the ball low, it just makes sense that I would tee the ball lower. Okay, number 2, ball position. I'm not going to have the ball fully in the middle of my stance, but it is going to be getting pretty darn close to the middle of my stance. So you can see earlier, I had 1 club head. Now I have about a club head and a ball or 2 back. And then the other piece is I'm going to be choking up on the club just slightly because for 2 reasons. 1, when you choke up on the club, that's usually going to make the ball come out lower. And 2, that produces more control. Now, when you produce more control, obviously you're going to be taking away some distance. And that's totally fine because as we're saying, we're trying to create a shot that creates predictability and control, not max distance. If I'm trying to go max distance, then obviously I would do my sock shot. All right. Now, what about my shoulders? Okay, I am not leaning right on this one as much because I'm not trying to hit it high. As the ball is more in the middle, I'm just gonna have my shoulders a little bit more level. Now, I'm still trying to draw this. All right, let's see how I do. That is a very straight, low shot. It's exactly what I would want on a hole that was very, very tight. Just comes out nice and flat. I will do that one more time. So low tee height. I'm gonna check that. Always check your tee height, just like that. Number 2, ball position. Number 3, I'm gonna choke up a little bit. Now, one thing that I have to remember when I'm hitting these shots is I have to feel a little bit more face rotation through the strike, because with the ball being more back, it's likely gonna go a little bit more to the right. As the ball is more forward, it's gonna be easier for the ball to go left because the face has more time to close. So I'm gonna feel a little bit more face rotation or face closure through the strike to hopefully make the ball kind of come out a little bit more left. Yeah, that was really good. It's nice and straight. A little bit of curve. Again, the wind's off the left, so it's hard to curve it against it. That's actually a good note. When you have wind off the left, it is very, very difficult to curve the ball, especially the driver, into the wind. So in general, if you have a fade wind, you need to hit a fade. Speaking of a fade, this is the shot that you need to have in the bag when you really are not driving it well. Those first two shots are not working well. And you got to find something that's reliable, that's really, really easy to get in the fairway, just to get to the house. So I'm gonna be doing a lot of the same things that I was doing on my second shot, my low draw, except now my intent is gonna be, I want the ball to curve to the right. Now, why do I want the ball to curve to the right? Well, number 1, a driver does not have a lot of loft, so it's easier to curve the ball to the right. I have the ball back. It's gonna probably go more right, and if I'm hitting it lower, most likely that's also gonna make the ball go right. So there's a lot of things set up to hit a low fade. The only issue with the low fade is when you have to hit a ball that curves a little bit more left because of the hole, or maybe you just wanna you get a little bit more distance. I mean, this is the shortest of the shots, but again, if we're saying that we're not really worried about distance and we're just trying to get the ball in play, I'm not that worried about this shot. So hitting it far. All right, so for this one, I'm going to tee heights low. Now I am setting up a lot more left on this one, which you'll be able to see from both camera angles. And I'm basically gonna be doing the same thing, except now the ball is back, and I'm gonna basically be swinging along my body line, which is gonna produce a very low cut. It's a very, very easy shot to do whenever I'm hitting it really bad. And I don't have to add any face rotation because I want the ball to curve right. Yeah, and what do you know? That's definitely my best shot. So I'm gonna do that one again. So choke up, ball in the middle, stance is open, shoulders are square, swing along my body line, and let it fade. Yep. That ball wasn't great, but that's still right in the middle of the fairway. All right, I'm gonna give you a bonus tip, and this is centered around aim. A lot of people hit their drivers bad because they strictly can't aim where they want. So I'm gonna show you something really easy to do, and that involves using the lines on the golf ball. So I'm gonna walk you through my routine. This is actually something that I do, and it really stemmed from what I do on the putting green. So when I'm putting, I always line up my golf ball where I wanna hit. And I remember I played around and I felt like I drove it bad because I couldn't aim well. So I started lining up my ball where I wanted to go. And so this is very subtle. You're not gonna see a whole lot, but all I do is I identify my target, I point my foot where I want to go. I'm gonna do my stock shot here. And I basically just line this ball up in line with my foot. And as you can see, that ball line is aimed right where I want to go. That is the easiest way I have found to aim. I mean, you obviously see other people that will like scope it like this. You know, they'll obviously stand back here and look at where they want to go. But I have found lining up my ball is very, very easy. So, and then from there, all I got to do is set the face, set my feet, doing my high draw, rehearse the high draw, full send. Yeah, I guess I can hit that one too. So I hope you found these tips helpful. At the end of the day, we got to drive the ball well if we think we're going to play good golf. We can't be in the trees every hole or hitting it out of bounds. So take these tips, work on them. Please drop a comment. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. And best of luck next time you head to the range to work on your driver.